what's coming in season 2 of Geospatial Experiences.
I just knew the power of getting, the people to the right place, capturing the details so we could dispatch crews and respond and restore, power faster. And it was pretty much at that point that I began to realize the power of a GIS, and that was really what sort of opened my eyes up to the power of GIS.
Here was my lecturer who was talking about Geo Information Systems, GIS, and he was explaining to us how technology was being used in spatial thinking, solving problems in transportation, agriculture. Think of whatever you could think of spatially or anything with location. So I thought, this is it. This must be exciting.
I mean, that's something too, I think is, the more kind of experiences you can have, like, don't worry about, grabbing a job or a position in some field that might seem a little weird or off if it's some of your first kind of positions in GIS. Like, just go for it, get some experience, and then you can apply that, as you kind of grow in your career.
How do you take a hurricane track with the air cone, the wind, vulnerabilities, maximum and max wind gusts? How do you overlay these tracks and then see the financial resiliency, social vulnerability data too, so that if I have limited resources to send out after the fact, I'm sending my staff to the area where people are going to need us the most. The communities are going to need us the most.
A lot of the changes that are happening in the vegetation management industry is being driven by wildfires and grid resilience as it's related to increasing number and severity of natural disasters, storms, etc.
We put a drone autonomous to take a bunch of pictures around it, and we put it into ArcGIS Pro, and we found out like what's around us, what's in it, and then but we focused on Detroit, but we did the data for every single state just about. So
worked with we did a research project on gardens and certain insects and how they affected gardens and how they affected trees and which ones were like native to the gardens and which ones are native to certain trees. It was a cool science project. I would say I love that. I can go into almost anything that I really want to do in life, no matter if it's trades, no matter if it's college. Because like one thing that I noticed about this program in this school, we don't want to force you to go to college. We don't want to force you to go into trades, but we do set you up to make sure that you're not just, after you graduate, you're not just going out on the street with a diploma. You have something, and you have a foundation.
I think that's why I'm passionate about our industry. We like to help each other. We want to see each other succeed. And we all believe that water's very important. Obviously, you have to have water for life, and that's a bit of a cliche, but we all believe that, and we all want to make sure that there's safe water.
Communities of practice like wildlife biologists and conservation will share information about species at risk with each other, but not with everybody. That early idea that information would be shared, it's really interesting if you start to look at Jack's new book on the power of where. There's 490 maps in that book. About 90% of those maps involve the use of shared information.
Transportation planning side, now having access to more robust data, especially at the socioeconomic level, being able to track things through the U.S. Census, having that data be more reliable. We're able to find, map out different subsets. Also being able to geocode crash analysis data from crash reports. That's been helpful, for us to be able to identify things such as hotspots. Is there an intersection that's overrepresented, within a corridor set, or is there a roadway segment, that might have more crashes?
The amount of sensors and kind of that idea of smart grid occurring in the industry is something that has brought to light the need to be able to process the sensor data information and being able to pull that together with location and with mapping software, right?
And we put all our infrastructure and overlaid it onto a map and, showed people the different voltages of the lines, where the exclusion zones were, the ability to print out their plans and share with their workers and draw and put text. And it's just everything I needed was in that one out of the box product. And we developed this really handy tool that we're able to share via a link, attached it to lookupandlive.com, and now everyone had a a way to plan their work around power lines. So
the book feels like a catalyst, almost a catalyst for inspiration, not only for the people who are already in the field, but the field of GIS, but also people who are going to be coming up and getting exposed to it and really showcasing, like you said, some of these, to a whole new generation, these ideas and these concepts.
That's really nice.
Mm-hmm.